Welcome back. As AC/DC once sang, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. But the road isn't turning out to be quite so bumpy for a young country singer by the name of Catherine Britt. Not so long back, she was performing in local talent quests, writing songs and dreaming of being a star. But next week, this Aussie teenager will be in the United States, recording a duet with one of her biggest fans, who just happens to be Sir Elton John. Scott Bevan talks to Catherine about a fairy tale journey from Newcastle to Nashville.
No, I can't settle down. I'm moving way too fast. Yesterday...
If country and western songs are inspired by heartbreaking tales, then Catherine Britt's story is not about to be set to music.
Yeah, I'm a hillbilly picking, rambling girl. And
This 19-year-old may sing about tough times, but she sure ain't living them.
Drinking whiskey and beer to wash this pain away.
It's always sort of like, why is this happening to me? You know, what have I done right? Or who's blessing me, you know?
Those in the know reckon she's blessed with talent, and it's a talent that's taking her all the way to the heart of country music, Nashville.
Where do you feel like is home, in your heart?
Oh, absolutely, with my family in Newcastle, yeah. It's where I grew up, and we're still living there. I'm still living at home with Mum and Dad, and Newcastle definitely feels like home to me, always, yeah.
Catherine found a home on the stage at a young age, performing since she was a pre-teen, with a firm idea of what she wanted to be.
I want to be a hillbilly. I love hillbillies.
She fell in love with the hillbilly music, and that was her ideal, which was strange at that age.
Dad Steve, Mum Ann and her brothers, including Damien, have been listening to her give voice to that ambition.
She didn't stop singing. She kept singing all the time. Her brothers used to say, please make us stop, Mum.
Yeah, she was pretty full on.
Catherine's dream has turned into a song.
Yeah, I'm a hillbilly picking, rambling girl,
And her songs have led to some dream connections, including Sir Elton John during his last Australian tour.
singing good old country songs, not the ones they play today.
And there's a new girl out here called Catherine Britt, I think her name is.
Yeah.
I mean, I just got that album the other day. It blew me away. I just sent it to America, sent 6 copies of it to America to people to say, listen, this girl's incredible.
I got a call that he wanted to meet me and that he loved my album and all this really obscure stuff, but, you know...
So this call came out of the blue?
Yeah, I was just sitting at home doing nothing, and once I got off I just sort of realised and just went, oh my God, and, you know, started crying. Oh. We went down and met him and, you know, went backstage, and he was so lovely.
Now this Newcastle girl is about to record with Sir Elton in Nashville. She even wrote the song, and it's called Where We Both Say Goodbye.
I just asked him. I just wrote an email to him and said, look, how would you feel about doing a duet on my next album? And thought nothing of it and actually thought that it wouldn't happen, but wrote back that he'd love to do it and almost fell off my computer chair. And
It's going to be very strange, because, I mean, Anne and I went to see Elton John, what, about 1974, when she was pregnant with Damien.
But first, before basing herself in the US for a while, there's a farewell gig to do. The family's there. Well, actually, Anne is running the merchandise stand.
Cheap labour, I suppose.
And there are musical friends and admirers. Amity and Phil from the block lend an ear.
Love her music and just want to come and see her live, yeah.
We've heard very big things, so we're expecting a lot.
And Amity lends her voice.
The one day we'd say I do.
As does James Blundell. And fellow Newcastle muso Dave Gleeson.
And all the chicks I meet, man, they all seem so goddamn pretty. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Newcastle to the rest of the world, Miss Catherine Britt.
You're not coming home to stay. Honey, your smile makes me cry.
I'm going to kind of miss all this sort of stuff when I go get started over there, and, you know, I won't be home for a long time. And
There's got to be a country song in that.
Oh, absolutely. I'll work on it.
Scotty Bevan going home to Newcastle for that story. And Catherine's second album, featuring that duet with Elton John, will be released in Australia later in the year. All right, coming up, out of all the voices in the world, Elton John picks an Aussie teenager to sing alongside him. And guess what? She also wrote the song.
I loved her when I first heard her. I mean, when I first went, oh my God, who is this? 16? You've got to be kidding me. This is the real deal. There's no question about it. She's the real deal.
A few weeks ago, we told you about a young Aussie singer who'd been given the invitation of a lifetime. 19-year-old Catherine Britt from Newcastle was heading for America to record a song she wrote with one of the giants of the music business, Sir Elton John. We said that we would follow up on Catherine's story when the big day came. Well, here it is.
Can't go anywhere without cameras following me everywhere.
Well, it's perfect.
Just kidding.
On the steps of a famous recording studio set among Atlanta's famous peach trees, Britty, as her friends call her, is on top of the world.
Excuse me,
what do I
call you?
You is Elton John, and he actually called her, picked her out when she was 16, and said the voice reminded him of country when country was pure, in the days of Patsy Cline, Loretta Lynn and Hank Williams.
Too late to try.
Well, I'm very, very excited, very nervous, I must admit. Got a really good night's sleep last night, so I wouldn't be, you know, too sort of sleep deprived, I guess, because I'm already nervous as hell as it is. That'll probably turn up in his, you know, his board shorts and his singlet and whatever, and I'm all dressed up in my, you know, cowgirl attire.
Do you honestly think Elton John will wear a singlet?
No. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Sir Elton travelled here today from Las Vegas, leaving the glitz and glamour behind to cut a track with Catherine in his own time, at his own expense.
Sir Elton, man. You can't call him Elton. Oh, you don't call me Sir.
Really?
Nah.
I wasn't sure.
No, don't, for Christ's sake. You get stick in Australia if you did that.
I was thinking about asking you.
When someone like Catherine comes through, the quality is so fantastic, and it's like a little gem coming out of the soil, and you just want to just grasp it because you know that that is a true voice for years and years to come. And you want me to put a harmony on a top harmony on the choruses?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Funniest one I ever did was with Leonard Cohen. He sang it the first line, he went, boom, and it was like the QE2 taking it. I was like, and I just couldn't stop laughing. I'm just so sorry. But
the jokes and the impromptu rehearsals gave Catherine a chance to relax just a little. And when the moment came, the voice was pure.
Two hearts break down and cry. Is this where we let go and give up the fight?
2 hours later, it was all over.
It's a lovely song.
Thank you.
I say it's the wrong key for me, but it doesn't matter.
This week we've travelled with Catherine from the country music capital Nashville through to Atlanta, and we have spoken to a number of music industry heavyweights, and the most common thing they say about her is that she is the real deal. Her push to conquer America begins now, and it's difficult to put a dollar value on singing with Elton John, but it's even more difficult to put a value on him singing your praises.
Well, that's why I loved her when I first heard her. I mean, when I first went, oh my God, who is this? 16? You've got to be kidding me. This is the real deal. There's no question about it. She's the real deal.
I just have no idea what's going to happen, but I just really hope that I just get to sing for the rest of my life. Thank you.
Is this where we both say goodbye?
I didn't know he had a wrong key. Carl Stefanovic there with Catherine and Sir Elton in Atlanta, Georgia.